In this video, we're going to talk about how to talk to your spouse about money, how to create shared goals, and how to successfully combine your money as a couple. Let's get into it. My partner is bad at money. What should I do? I've heard this way too many times, and what can I say? I've been there myself. We always think our partner is either really great at money or really bad at money. Which one are you? So in this video, I'm going to teach you a few lessons to help you on your way and how to manage money as a couple and fire, even if one is a spender and one is a saver. Stay to the end for a special announcement. So the first thing you have to do is set some ground rules. When you're having this conversation with your partner, you have to be kind, gentle, and you must listen. Listen, Linda. You must listen. Do not shoot down their ideas. Do not attack them. You will get nowhere fast. The second ground rule is if you do get upset, because it's natural, we're human, I want you to be sure to tell your spouse that you still love them. You can say, hey, I may be upset right now, but I still love you. I'm just upset. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not leaving you. This is not grounds for divorce. I'm just upset. I think that's so important to say because in relationships, when we get mad and angry, we can kind of retreat and say to ourselves, well, maybe this person doesn't love me. Well, maybe this person doesn't want to be with me. So you want to just put those worries out of the mind of your partner. So let's go through these 3 options of how you can share the expenses in your relationship. The first one is called Allin. It's the one we know the most about. It's God's way, right? We don't have any separate accounts. We don't have any private money. We don't have any money secrets. Everything is on the table. In this particular option, you have shared savings accounts, shared checking accounts, shared credit cards. There are no separate accounts. Have you heard the phrase that says, what's mine is yours and what's yours is mine? Well, that is a perfect example of all in. We are totally committed, and our ability to share all of our expenses and all of our accounts and all of our money is representation of that total commitment. Now, the second option is the hybrid option. We have separate accounts, but we do each pay the shared expenses. So in this methodology, I may pay, let's say, the groceries, the gas bill, the light bill, and let's say my partner pays the rent or the mortgage, and maybe they pay the lawn care, any household expenses. Basically, we split up who pays for what, and they just pay it. We don't have any shared accounts. There's nothing at all that we need to talk to each other about when it comes to money because we keep our money totally separate. This is a great option if you have lopsided debt. So let's say one person has a ton of debt and the other person maybe has 0 debt. And so just to make things easier, you split the money this way, and we don't have to be worried about who's paying the debt payment this month, even if the other person doesn't have it. This is also a really great way if both partners want to have their own independence. There's something about having your own money, your own accounts, and your own ability to spend as you see fit that just makes you feel really independent. That may work for your relationship. What do you think? Tell me in the comments so far. What do you think? All-in or the then method? All right, now let's talk about the third method. Obviously, there's only one option left, right? This way, we do have a shared account, which we pay all of our household expenses out of. However, we also have our separate accounts. So maybe our credit cards are separate, and we have a separate checking account where we have our spending money. So this way, we are both contributing as a whole to the household bills through a shared account, but we do our own private personal spending out of a personal checking account that just has our name on it. Maybe your spouse's name is on it or your partner's name is on it, but they don't do any transactions out of that account. So this can be another great option if you want to feel that things are shared in the household, and so you have that shared household account, but then you also have your own account that you can save extra yourself or invest more, because let's face it, everybody has a different perspective. Whether you are a spender or a saver, you have your own perspective of how the money should be spent, and in this methodology, you don't have to sacrifice that. Regardless of whichever option you choose, I think it's very important for you to have shared goals when it comes to your finances. Do you want to buy a house? Do you want to get new vehicles? Do you want to take a really big, nice vacation for your anniversary? Well, you've got to have those goals and you have to write them down. And you want to commit to the savings plan for those goals. But that's the easy part. The hard part is, what happens when somebody breaks one of the rules? Well, that's why step one of writing them down is the most important part. Because if you both write down what the goal is, let's say go to Hawaii for our anniversary, we're going to each save $300 a month or $200 or whatever every month towards this vacation, then when somebody doesn't do their part, you can say, hey, you know what? You were supposed to put X amount of money in, but you didn't. Could you explain why? Did I miss something? Did something change? And then your partner has a chance to say, what happened? Oh, you know what? I totally forgot. Or maybe my bank isn't automatically transferring the money. Thank you for pointing it out. I'll take care of it. But this gives you a chance to not attack them, but you can look at the agreement and say, this is what we agreed on. How do you like that? Let me know in the comments if you would use that strategy. And last but not least, if you're constantly fighting about money, it's really time to look at how you are structuring your money and what the issues really are. Is it that you're combining money and somebody's overspending and they shouldn't be? Well, maybe you need to choose a different methodology. I know that you've been taught to put it all in one pot, but if that's not working for you, you might need to just try something different. So don't hesitate to talk with your partner and try to get to the root of what the real issue is. Is it that somebody is maybe not making enough money and they want to make more money? Maybe one person is seeking their independence. What I have found in relationships is that you really have to step outside of yourself and look at the other person and say, you know what, does this person have a point? What would I do if I was in their shoes? And that's so important to do in relationships, and to let that person know that you love them, you care about them, and their perspective is important to you. And once you do that, I think you'll get much further. But if you're overspending, you're withdrawing the account, you don't want to invest and the other person does, then you have to make some really tough decisions, and you might just need to agree to have separate accounts. I know that doesn't sound like what the world or what Dave Ramsey would say to do, but we have to be realistic here, because there's no point in fighting about money. Life is too short to fight about money. So do what works for the best of the relationship so that everybody can have peace. Thank you so much for watching. Now, over on my website, there are plenty of free resources, which I'm sure you're already aware: budgets, investing guides, videos. But you can use this discount code off of anything on my website for a limited time. So be sure to go there now at LaKeishaSimmons.com and use this discount code. I hope this video has helped you, and I'd love to know which strategy you use in your relationships, and I'll see you in the next video.